Hey, you're probably thinking, what in the heck is this thing? Let's talk about it right now. Okay, so if you haven't noticed, this is an actual board holder for a single person that doesn't have anyone to hold board for them, but they need to break boards for either testing or a demo, um, competition, whatever it is. This is a board holder. Let's go ahead. I want to talk about this for a few minutes. I want to go through each station that it has and then where you can actually hold the boards at. So let's start with this first one. So with this board, it has elastic bands wrapped around certain points of these plastic pieces on it, and you can just set boards up vertically, horizontally, with the lines, with the rebreakable boards. I'm going to do a video on that after this one. So watch out for that one, for that. So we come over here. Then we have another one here. And let's take this board out. Now, I bought this board break machine years ago when I first opened up my studio. About 3 years in, I realized, like, man, I'm still testing for belt ranks. And then in the style that I was training at before, that was part of the curriculum of belt rank, was you needed to break boards, a 3-station board break. So I needed a board holder to hold my stronger boards, because at that time I didn't have enough student base, and all of them were kids and they couldn't hold any of my boards for me. And even with some of my adult students couldn't hold the boards correctly for me. So I just decided I need to get one of these, so at least I can have at least something I could really rip into and damage, so so I can get the full speed and power that I needed to when I needed to test. So that being said, let's take a look at this one now. This has a band just right across here, and if you look, this has a real deep cavity right in here. And if you ever do break boards, you understand that our contact point is here, but our ending point is back here, right? So we gotta break through this and then end up, behind the board. And this has a real deep cavity that I really like, because I really got in, and I could really just put everything I got into it, and the boards weren't even like they were there anymore. It was just so smooth because I had this deep cavity within the board break that I could just really follow through and have my ending position right there. So if you look at this one, this has little shelves right at the bottom here that hold up your board, so it's actually set in a good tight shelf, so it doesn't slide down underneath here and then harm yourself when you're doing a technique on that one. You can literally do any kind of technique that you want. They just give you different options of holding the board on this one. Look at this last one here. This has resistance bands on all 3 sides of this station here. So we have one from the front, we got one on the top, and then we actually have one to the bottom, from the bottom. Now these, you could probably do a knee strike. That'd be a good one for the bottom one. Make sure you get that knee all the way through the board and up to your chest. That's a good one. Here, you could lower this, and then you could probably do a downward palm strike or an elbow strike down. I've seen a lot of those on a competition videos that I've seen and watched. So you can do it that way. Pretty universal. Now with the machine itself, the plastic piece itself, it fits on the base of where Bob sits. So when I did buy this, and I forget what website I bought this from. It said use the base for Bob. And so if you ever looked at Bob's base, Bob has these little notches where you can twist him, lower him, twist him up as high as you want him. And they have on this machine, it has 2 holes on each side of the machine that I think there was a second piece to this machine that I don't think I ever got, to tell you the truth. When I did use this, I just put a stick or some kind of a peg through it so it would hold it there for me so I could do my board breaks. And then, of course, you could take the peg out and then you could drop it all the way down. It lowers and heightens, and it has one more notch, but I don't know if I would use that one because you really don't have a lot of plastic material that's going over the base of Bob. Now, I would probably not go any further than this first hole here. If you're 6 foot or higher, because I'm 5'9", if you're 6 foot and higher, this may be a problem, and you may need to find the second piece for this, because I think it does stretch up pretty high if we have this third piece or the second piece. But I haven't looked into it, and this kind of worked for me because I didn't need it any higher than this. So this always worked for me. So that's the board break machine. I'm going to break a board for you guys before we leave. Now I want to make sure that this actually works and you guys can see it work, because it does have a little bit of a wobble. Now what I need to do is, me being a martial artist, I understand that I need more speed to break this board rather than power, just so I can compensate for this wiggle that this naturally has. If I had 2 board holders, I wouldn't need to think about the speed so much. I can just think about my normal technique and power and speed, but this one I got to go a little faster just so I can break this board. All right. Okay. So when we break boards, remember, we want to line it up, and we want to make sure that this is the end result is back here. We're just going through the board here. All right. There we go. Set. And there we go. It seems to work. All right. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them down in the comments below. Let's tell me if you guys have worked this machine, if this was in your studio, if you are martial artists, or if you were a martial artist. Yeah, let's have a discussion about it. Comment down below if you have any questions, concerns. Remember to like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff that YouTube wants to see. And then until next time, train hard, train safe, and I'll see you in the next one.